Recording in progress.
March 15th, 2026, an update on the absolute nonsense pots running the British government. Keir Starmer, who I personally fired yesterday for being a numpty brain, a no-gooder. Do you know that bloke, the Eton boy, the one that was positioned? Did you know that he came up in what's known as the Young Leaders Programme? So did Justin Trudeau and others. Did you know the World Economic Forum owns them all, and they go through these selection processes because of their bloodlines and their families? There is no mistake why the Muppets in charge are the Muppets globally in charge. So Keir Starmer, the utter failure, the utter incompetent, he is today banning good people from around the world who are coming into Britain tomorrow, May 16th, to talk at an international rally. A movement, and you know what? The insipid media, the pathetic newspapers, the shame of Britain. They're saying, oh, there might be 50,000 people. We're going to deploy 40,000 police personnel for 50,000 people. It is so embarrassing. I'm so ashamed. I'm so ashamed of my country. Seriously. But anyway, it's being taken care of by us, the good people. Yeah, we know what we're doing. Anyway, let's report on the bampot known as Keir Starmer, the boy I fired yesterday. So these great speakers were coming to speak at the Tommy Robinson rally. Tommy Robinson is a boy who grew up in the town of Luton, and he witnessed growing up that there was a faction of radical Muslims that were coming there to basically implement Sharia law. We don't do that in Britain. No, we don't do that. We don't repress women, we don't kill them, we don't suppress, we don't make them wear hijabs and curtains. We don't do that. We don't do that! Just so the person in the back can hear. Yeah? Capiscio? Not what we do here in Great Britain. Yeah? We've never done it. We're not doing it. It doesn't matter how much force and rage and violence you bring. Okay? Now, because you've been doing what you've been doing over many years, Tommy Robinson has been an activist pointing it out. They put him in prison. They mentally tortured him. They tried to shut him down, but they failed. And now he's pointing out the reality that there are a couple of Muslim towns, which there should not be. If you come to a country that is settled and established for hundreds of years, you don't come in and force your wrath and kill and maim and take over churches and flip the bird to everyone living here. Yeah, we don't do that. We don't do that in this country. My goodness me, it's really concerning. More concerning, Keir Starmer, the white boy prime minister, the incompetent, the puppet of the World Economic Forum. Yeah, don't make a mistake here. Know who the handlers are, but do you know who handles the handlers? Because most of you don't. Anyway, let's focus on what I'm doing here. I'm Danny Henderson, by the way, journalist, Galactic Spiritual Informer. That's the name of my conference, my disclosure conference, where I bring David Icke, Billy Carson, Kathy O'Brien, everyone you can imagine with evidence and proof of how corrupt the global system is. But let's get back to what they've done today. Banned some speakers from around the world because, oh my golly gosh, they were coming to blow the lid and report on the despicable system, the global system that is repressing humanity. Remember, there is a mass amount of us, billions of us, brothers and sisters, all colours, all nations, all stations, that lovingly live with each other, want a good life, believe in good justice, believe in taking care of our children, to our elders and everybody in between. Believe in the abundance and the bounty of this planet, not to be condemned and owned by a bunch of fliptards. Ooh, it's so hard not to swear. Don't swear, Danny, don't swear. So these wonderful speakers have been banned. They're not allowed to enter the country. Can somebody tell me why Keir Starmer and the British government have allowed hundreds of thousands of young Muslim men. Young Muslim men. And they've racked them up in hotels. And when the British public were going, oi, get them out of our hotels. What are you doing? We're starving over here. Give us the rights, our human rights. So the spineless, revolting, repulsive, soulless, reptilian hybrid government and those that own it, including the WEF. Don't forget the WEF. They hid them in military barracks. And these boys are being trained. They're ready. They don't have wives and children. They don't have girlfriends. They don't have anything, because they think they're going to get their virgins in heaven. Have you ever heard such a marketing tool? And also, by the way, why is it that the Archangel Gabriel apparently appeared to the Prophet Muhammad? Why did the Muslim religion use a Christian icon, or did they? Who created all of that? Don't be offended. We're allowed to ask, we're allowed to question. And because of where we are on this planet, May 15th, 2026, we will put it all on the table. We will ask the questions and we will not be afraid. Okay? We will not. It is our right, our birthright. Okay? There is no God in the heavens or beyond that has any singular right over a single human being. Capiscio? No, not okay. Okay? We don't come to be born into slavery. Now, when you look at a government who are openly banning good speakers, but they let hundreds of thousands of young men between the age of 18 and 30, Muslim men, because the Muslims have a plan, a global plan, to take over the whole world. That is their plan. And they come into the country, Britain, and they've been in several towns and they've really been misbehaving. It is very clear they're not able to integrate into our culture. Now, you can imagine if any of us went there, it would not be tolerated. But we've had this spineless government for decades, chinless wonders, yeah? The cabal, the Illuminati, the darkest of the dark, the satanic occult. And if you can't handle those words, then just pop along, go watch something else. You don't have to listen to me. I'm not asking you to, and I don't care. I'm only addressing my brothers and my sisters who know what's going on, who are aware of the truth. And I don't mean to be offensive, I really don't. I just haven't got time to worry about your feelings, Josie, all right? Just sit down. Let us take care of it, because we are going to take care of it. What else can I tell you? So they've blacklisted, let all these boys in, but they're blacklisting educated people, humanitarians, people with political views that matter, because they love the world, they love their brothers and their sisters, and that's the only reason why they were coming to speak tomorrow in London at the rally, at the Tommy Robinson rally. I think it's called Unite the Kingdom. I mean, we don't need that word in there either. No more kingdoms, queendoms, no. Those numbnuts, the royal families, the half-breds, the half-breeds, the reptilians, whatever you want to call it. Again, I don't care. I don't care about your feelings. I don't care if you are royalists. There's trouble afoot, missus. Yeah, there's stuff going on right now that needs sorting out. So the British people and the global brothers and sisters, we're going to sort it. Yeah, we're going to sort it. Keir Starmer, you're fired, boy. Pack your bags and leave. Then let me tell you what else is going to happen. Sometime in, is it next month? April, March, May. Sometime soon, the British government are going to allow over 100,000 Muslims, and I'm sure most of them really loving. There's very loving elements of the Muslim religion. We've got to be very calm and very mindful. When I'm talking about radicals, I'm talking about the soldiers that they boated in. So Keir Starmer and Macron, the French Prime Minister, two numbnuts that were trained through the World Economic Forum, the Young Leaders Programme, same as the Canadian Prime Minister, formerly known as Trudeau. Yeah, those. Yeah, don't forget. Don't take your eye off the ball. Don't take your ear off what's going on, because you're needed, because your voice matters. Don't go into what can I do, I'm helpless. Grow up. Okay, step up and grow up, okay? Don't get angry, don't get violent, just listen, okay? Because information is your power, yeah? Focusing on staying calm, loving yourself, healing your own stuff, that's your power, yeah? Power of the people, okay? So these boys, these trainee These guys have gone through the training programs. They have one mindset, and that is world economic dominance, world new order. It's all true. Doesn't matter if you don't believe it. It's been happening for years. Damn it, I lost my train of thought. So the Muslims are coming. Again, like I said, they could be very loving. But the British government are going to let 100,000 of these people from around the world in to connect with other Muslim brothers and sisters here in Britain, in Ipswich, yeah? But they're banning 6 or 7 global speakers. So what it makes you think is that the government and the royal family have totally turned their religion and now they're full-blown Muslims. I mean, it does look that way, doesn't it? And they are acting like that. They have done things where they've allowed Muslim leaders to signal to Allah in sacred spaces and famous places, okay? Personally, you know, it's such a clown show, run by clowns, driven by singular people who are clearly heartless and soulless, and they hate you. They hate you. They hate your mum, your dad, your nan, your granddad, your kids, your unborn kids. Yeah? They hate us all. They hate us. You've heard it, the useless eaters. We are nothing. We're going to be 2/3 eliminated. Eliminate the humanitarians or the humans or the whoever. Just get rid of them. You see, when you let shit for brains in power for too long and you don't step up because, we don't want to offend anyone, that is what has got us all enslaved, darling. That is what has allowed this corruption over millennia. It's not just the last 70 years. It's been going on for a long time. But now we're seeing it. Let me tell you what else is going on. I mentioned earlier, Christianity came first and the Islamic religion came second. So Jesus Christ was said to be very peaceful, very loving. Along comes the Prophet Muhammad. Up he goes up the mountain. And what do you know? There's the Archangel Gabriel. Hi, Gabriel. Gibral. So he comes along and he says to the Prophet Muhammad, take down these guidelines and these rules for life, like the 10 Commandments. It's a very matching religion with very similar story, but the Prophet Muhammad was the violence with the sword as opposed to Jesus Christ with the... Anyway, really, I'm not talking about those blokes because they've been long dead. What's happened is a marketing event has occurred on the planet. Now, people who are deeply religious will be so offended by that. Watch your triggers, darling. It's really, really time. What are you angry about? What are you getting triggered about? Are you really triggered because it's your thinking and your true belief? And why choose to be offended by some dumb bird, me, on YouTube? Just move along. Just move along, pop along. Yeah? My words aren't going to affect you unless you choose to let them. My words aren't going to upset you unless you make a choice. You make a choice. Now, is it your belief that you're getting triggered because of your religion, or have you been programmed? MK Ultra'd, brainwashed, programmed at a very basic level from a child to now. Are you responding to the program that is in you? Or are you responding to a belief system? Or are you someone that can just step back, take a breath and choose not to engage? Not to allow yourselves to emotionally get hooked. Emotionally get hooked because you have a program inside you, a religious program that has been there from your birth and before. And it's intergenerational. Yeah? It's a simple question I'm asking you to consider, please, because it will help you greatly. Why did the Muslim religion take on a Christian icon? And was it the real Archangel Gabriel? Do we know? Have we asked that question? Have we asked that question? Was it the real Archangel Gabriel that came to Moses? We don't bloody know because we weren't bloody there. We're all living off ancient stories that have been written and rewritten and transformed and changed and mistranslated over thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Why are we still doing it? Oh, I'm so embarrassed. You know, any other civilizations out there, of which there are billions, and if you don't know that, this is definitely not the conversation for you. Bye-bye there. Have a lovely day. Have a lovely day. Anyway, let me just tell you, the disclosure of all the systems is happening now. There are much advanced technologies on this planet that we've had for decades that are being held back. So they're going to throw out this concept and this concept here and there for you to get distracted. But you are going to do your nut when you find out what you've been lied to about from your governments around the world. So now, It's all coming out, every single thing, and it won't be stopped. Absolutely not. No, because we the people have decided it's our time to stand up and speak out. We don't need to get violent. We don't need to call for arms. We don't need to act the way the Muppets do. Okay, there's many ways to deliver information as a mass, as billions and billions of us, yeah? Okay? There's a small number of them, and we are the mass minority. Again, I'm not going to go any further into this right now. I'll come back later with more. But right now, just want you to know that the British government, the incompetence, the wet socks, the sock puppets, yeah? Keir Starmer. Mate, you're fired. Go and sit down, you silly boy. Okay, raise up. Educate yourselves. Look at what's going on around you. Take care of your brothers and your sisters, no matter what their religion is. Unless they're radical and they're standing up and they're threatening you, that's a whole different thing. Unless they're in your town trying to take over, yeah? Stop falling into violence and oikville, because us Brits, we're good at that. I'm good at that. 1 minute I'm speaking well, the next minute my rage is triggered and I'm talking like that, and my face is going like that, and like, fuck that. We all do it. It's called white van man. There's white van girl. We are so driven to rage at the injustice on this planet. I get it more than anyone. Well, not anyone, obviously. I get it like you do. But what I do in my world is I do something about it. One of the things I do about it is I run a conference, a disclosure conference. I bring people around the world with the biggest secrets. But you know what? Don't just stand on stage and yabber. Yeah? Bring me evidence. Bring me evidence of corruption in the military, corruption in the government, corruption across all states on this planet, corruption in the World Economic Forum, corruption in the leaders behind it. You want to see? Let's have a little look. I wasn't going to do this. I wanted to stay a bit focused, but as usual, here's my YouTube channel. Danny Henderson, GISIC Conference, Galactic Spiritual Informers Conference. Here you will find absolutely, there's me firing the boy yesterday, absolutely tons and tons of everything that's happening on the world. The spiritual war, the physical war, this guy fled the Illuminati. There is so many truths, so many stories, so many revelations, child trafficking, adrenochrome, you name it, you name it. Here is my Galactic Spiritual Informers. Here are the speakers. Let me just go to the website and let's take a look at this. Eastbourne, England, 10th and 12th of September, GISIC 2026. The truth they tried to hide. David Icke, Billy Carson, and other world-class speakers. 3 days of disclosure, ancient mysteries and awakening. We are telling the truth. You know the technology hidden in your ancient temples that they stole? The asshats at the top? Praveen Mohan is bringing information. They lied, meaning the governments, the militaries, the education systems. We got Cathy O'Brien, who's speaking out for 35 years on her experience as an MK Ultra slave in the White House and the Pentagon. It's coming out. Secret space programs. Half the UFOs you're seeing in the sky, they're military. They're military. They're reverse engineered. We've got technology that gets to the moon in 10 minutes. Just because you never heard of it doesn't mean it's not happening. I'm bringing JP and Tony Rodriguez with their evidence to England. David Icke, Billy Carson, Cathy O'Brien, Praveen Mohan, Tony Rodriguez, JP, Nikki Allen, Max Lowen, who survived under the Vatican, the child trafficking that goes on to this very day, the satanic ritual abuses underneath the Vatican. Guy Anderson, who's breaking code on Tataria. And myself, Danny Henderson. Many of our speakers don't speak at other events. What they reveal here is only for this audience, and we are bringing information you've never heard. On the second night of our event, on the Friday night, the 11th of September, you can join us for free and hundreds of others in front of the Wish Tower Hill to see and gather play beautiful instruments, gather as a community, and hang out and see what may or may not turn up in the sky. Meet explorers and change makers from around the world. And come to the Congress Theatre. You can only get tickets. Look how cheap. 270 quid. 3 days and 2 nights. 270 quid is the cheapest ticket. There are others for those with a bit more money. But here you go. 270 quid for 3 days and 2 nights. Are you ready for the truth? Are you ready for the truth? Get your tickets now. There we are. Letting you know what's going on right now, letting you know what's happening through the summer, letting you remember how autonomous you are, how powerful you are, how brilliant, how beautiful you are, and focus on coming to the event in September, the 10th, the 11th, and the 12th. Come on, you Brits. Let's get together. Let's share the information that the governments, the militaries, and the other situations and organizations are trying to hide from you. Stay strong, be strong. Stay calm, be loving, and unite. I'm Danny Henderson. Contact me, galacticspiritualinformers.com.